The boys this summer have had a delay to the weather to start their season, but Kyle Anthony has a report of how their season finally got started.
Well, Chris, the Point Park baseball team started their first action of the season this weekend. This weekend they took on Bryant University and the number 8 ranked team in the country, Tennessee Wesleyan. The first games they played was on Friday, and Manny Perdomo was the starting pitcher, and he had a great outing. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, and 1 earned run. Senior second baseman Tom Burko he went 1 for 3 and had 2 RBIs, one being a solo home run, next being a sac fly. The Pioneers on the game won the game 4-2. The Pioneers had 6 hits, 2 errors, while Bryant had 4 hits in an error. The second game was a story. The Pioneers was a different story. The Pioneers lost 8-6. Starter Ian Marsh gave up 7 runs and 7 hits. The Pioneers had 7 hits and 2 errors, while Bryant had 11 hits and 0 errors. The game on Saturday went kind of the same as Friday. The Pioneers dropped both games. Starter Alex Mateo gave up 6 runs on 8 hits, but only 4 of those runs were earned. Casey Clinton went 2 for 3, and Tom Burko went 1 for 4 and had an RBI. The final game, the Pioneers lost 6-2. The Pioneers went on to lose the second game 5-4. Starter Nate Spawn pitched 5 innings and gave up 8 runs, and 5 of those runs were earned. Jordan Kroll, Casey Clinton, and Oscar Romero went 2 for 3 and had an RBI. The Pioneers took on Tennessee Wesleyan, who is an NAIA powerhouse. This was not a good outing for the Pioneers because they lost 13-2. Starter Toby Igner pitched 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, and 3 runs. Reliever Jared Brown gave up 6 runs on 4 hits. Ozzy Alfonso went 2 for 4. The 2 RBIs were provided by Javi Marticarena and Oscar Romero. The Pioneers don't have a game till March 1st, which is the start of the Russ Matt Central Florida Invitational in Winter Haven, Florida.
Now, Kyle, you look at that and you see they're getting ready to go that invitational down in Florida. How big can this be for the Pioneers to really gain some momentum after dropping 4 of their first 5 games?
Well, it's going to be a big thing for them, Chris, because they played one really good game this weekend. Then the rest of the weekend was plagued with a lot of errors and a lot of unproductivity from other players in the lineup. But it'll also be a nice break for their bullpen leading up to the tournament.
Thanks, Kyle. Now joining us is from the Globe, Alex Stumpf. Alex, the baseball team, they're a team that really has a lot of success. They've kind of a little rough patch to begin this season, starting off 1-4, but they always go out and challenge themselves. Do you really think this is just them playing really good teams, or do you really think maybe they hit themselves a little bit too high on the hog this year?
I think this is just being rusty right now. They are a good team. They wouldn't be ranked in the top 25 if they were not. What nobody's talking about so far is the teams that they've been playing have been playing for a couple weeks now. This is the beginning of the year for the Pioneers. There's some rust to get off. After that happens and they go to the Invitational, I think all will be good.
Now, how big do you think this really is for this team, Alex? They go down to Florida. They play in the Invitational. This is over spring break, so they really don't have to worry about classes. It's a nice, almost kind of vacation for them, but they're also able to get some games in and really get their feet under them before conference play.
Yeah, getting the feet under them is definitely the best way to word it. They are not conference games, so there's very little pressure on them right now, and whenever they come back, they do have clearing. It's a good time to really see who's going to be producing for them this year and what opportunities they were going to be having.
Now, who do you really think are going to be the big producers here, Alex? We've seen Manny Perdomo come back. He puts up some pretty good numbers in the first game. Hear a lot of Tom Burko really stepping up. It's his senior year. He's always done well in that leadoff spot. So what other players do you think can really step up this year and really propel the Pioneers towards maybe another World Series appearance?
Well, it's Jordan Corral, I think. He's the one that you really have to put the offense on. He has an on-base percentage and a slugging percentage, both over 500 last year. Won the KIAC MVP. It's hard to put, so much emphasis on one guy, but if you can, he has to be the heart and soul of this team.
And he definitely played very well last year, as you mentioned there, Alex. Now, this is a team, they did very well in the KIAC last year in their first year in it. They're a team that has done very well over the past few seasons. They had over 50 wins last year going into that regional term and the World Series as well. Do you see that being another thing? Do you see the Pioneers playing extremely well and making another appearance towards the end of the season?
I would not be surprised at all if there is another appearance for the Pioneers. They have always seemed to do better at the end of the year. It's just rust right now. I think we're going to be seeing another team in the 40 to 50 win range.
All right, thanks, Alex, for stopping by and giving us more analysis for our final break. After our final break, we'll hit the gas pedal as we talk NASCAR. You're watching the Pioneer Sideline here on UView.